I just made $5 million. $5 million. That's $5 million the past month investing. As you can see, I have more than $100 million. Subscribe to my channel so I can teach you how to make millions.
Let me tell you about my day so far. Coffee in Paris, surfed the Maldives, took a little nap on Mount Kilimanjaro. Oh yeah, and then I jumped back for the final quarter of the NBA Finals. Courtside, of course. And all that was before lunch. I could go on, but all I'm saying is, I'm standing on top of the world.
This is bad news. We want companies to offer healthy dividends when we're looking at them. When we look at the news for Meat Group, is there any short-term negative news? Is there any short-term positive news? There's nothing in the short term. This company has a lot of competition. We can see Meat Group competing with Tinder and all the other dating apps, Bumble. But the issue is Meat Group is losing the war. It's losing the war. It needs to find ways to capture its audience, to capture its users. But now, when we look at the earnings per share, the earnings per share tells a different story. We can see that it's at a positive earnings. Woo! This is good news. And it's been slowly rising from the quarter one all the way to the quarter three and the quarter four. Now, when we look at this high volatile stock, we can see that it's by CEO Jeffrey Cook. And this company is headquartered in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Now, when we look at it, it was founded in 1997. It's been around for quite some time. Employs about 286 people. So not too many people are employed by this company. But when we look at this company, what does it do? It engages in the provision of mobile social entertainment apps designed for human connections. Its primary apps include MeetMe, Luvu, Scout, and Tag. These all need more audience for them to be effective. They need more people. They need to capture more. They need something that they haven't discovered that something yet. It operates through the mobile platform like iPhone, Android, iPad, and other tablets. The company was founded by Jeffrey Scott Peterson in June 1997 and is headquartered in New Hope, Pennsylvania. The listed name for Meat, M-E-E-T, is the Meat Group Inc. common stock. Now, if you guys want me to further analyze this company, further analyze the stock, then smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and stay tuned for my future videos. One thing about this company is that they've a certain proximity from the personification of redundant axioms presupposed upon tautological repetitions and enhance their paradoxical paradigms through redundant innovations. Warren Buffett, the billionaire investor, once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful," by billionaire Warren Buffett. And essentially what this means is when traders are greedy, they'll keep on buying and driving the price up and thinking that it's going to keep on going up and up and up. But eventually what ends up happening is the stock ends up tumbling back down to earth from the moon because of greed. And people, that's how people lose a lot of money. And when Warren Buffett says be greedy when others are fearful, what he means is that When others are fearful because the stock plummets and everyone starts selling their stocks at a discount, that's the time you want to start buying companies. That's the right time to buy. But usually, people start selling. People call it a crash, and that word crash scares people. But really, let's change the definition. Instead of crash, let's call it a discount. That's essentially what it is. A discount. That's really what it's all about. So, as we can see, the Fear and Greed Index by CNN, what emotion is driving the market right now? What emotion? Right now, the greed is driving the market right now. And the reason for that is, as we can see, the McKellen Volume Summarization Index measures advancing and declining volume on the New York Stock Exchange. During the last month, approximately 8.23% more of each day's volume has traded in advancing issues than in declining issues, pushing this indicator forward the upper end of its range for the last 2 years. And as we can see, the stock price strength, that was the breadth. But the stock price strength, the number of stocks hitting 52 weeks highs exceeds the number of hitting lows and is at the upper end of its range, indicating extreme greed. As we can see, that's why the market kept going back up and up. As we can see, it's in the greed territory. As we can look at the safe haven demand, the difference in 20-day stock and bond returns, stock have outperformed bonds by 2.92 percentage points during the last 20 trading days. This is close to the strongest performance of stocks relative to bonds in the past 2 years, and indicates investors and rotating with stocks from the relative safety of bonds. And when we look at the put and call options, the CBOE 5-day average, the put-call ratio during the last 5 trading days, volume and put options has lagged volume in call options by 36.82%, as investors make bullish bets in their portfolios. However, this is among the lowest levels of put buying seen during the last 2 years, indicating greed on the part of investors. And when we look at the market volatility, the VIX and its 50-day moving average, the CBOE volatility index is at 15.72. This is neutral reading and indicates the market risks appears low. And when we look at the junk bond market, the yield spread between junk bonds versus investment grades, investors in low quality junk bonds are accepting 1.74 percentage points in additional yield over safer investment grade corporate bonds. This spread is much higher than what has been typical during the last 2 years and indicates that investors are highly risk averse. When we look at the market momentum, the S&P 500 and its 100